The History of the Madra Kingdom, Part 2. The Golden Age of Madra, King Shalya, Sagala, and the Mahabharata. By the 6th century BCE, the Kingdom of Madra had become one of the most prosperous states in ancient Punjab. Its fertile plains produced abundant harvests. Its merchants traded with distant lands. Its horses were prized across northern India. And its capital, Sagala, stood at the crossroads of Asia, welcoming traders, diplomats, and travelers from every direction. But Madra's greatest claim to fame would come not through conquest. It would come through one of the greatest epics ever written, the Mahabharata. Here, the kingdom emerged as a major political power whose kings, queens, and warriors helped shape the destiny of ancient India. This is the story of the Golden Age of Madra. Sagala, the jewel of ancient Punjab. Every great kingdom needs a great capital. For Madra, that city was Sagala, identified with modern Sialkot in Pakistan. Situated between the Ravi and Chenab river systems, Sagala occupied one of the most strategic locations in northwestern India. Caravans arriving from Taxila, Bactria, Kashmir, the Gangetic Plain, and even Persia passed through its busy markets. Although the city's early archaeological remains are fragmentary because of continuous occupation over more than 2 millennia, literary traditions and later historical accounts suggest that Sagala had already become an important urban center before the 4th century BCE. Its location allowed merchants to exchange horses from Central Asia, fine wool from Kashmir, precious stones from Afghanistan, copper and iron from Rajasthan, cotton textiles from the Gangetic Plains, luxury goods from Western Asia. Trade transformed Sagala into one of Punjab's wealthiest cities. Unlike isolated agricultural settlements, Sagala connected civilizations. Ideas traveled alongside merchants. Religious beliefs, artistic styles, technologies, and languages all passed through its streets. A prosperous kingdom. The wealth of Madra rested upon 3 pillars. Agriculture. Punjab's fertile alluvial plains produced wheat, barley, pulses, sesame, and various fruits. The annual flooding of rivers renewed soil fertility, allowing prosperous harvests. Animal husbandry. Ancient writers consistently described northwestern India as famous for excellent horses. The Madras became renowned horse breeders. Their cavalry gained an impressive reputation throughout northern India. Cattle also played a central economic role, providing milk, leather, draft animals, and wealth. Trade. Perhaps more than anything else, Madra prospered because of geography. The kingdom stood on one of the principal overland routes connecting India with Afghanistan, Iran, and Central Asia. Merchants carrying silk, metals, spices, gemstones, ivory, perfumes, and textiles regularly crossed its territory. This commercial prosperity financed the kingdom's political strength. The people of Madra developed a distinctive reputation among neighboring kingdoms. Ancient Sanskrit literature often portrays the Madras as independent-minded, practical, and cosmopolitan. Because they lived near important international trade routes, they encountered diverse cultures more frequently than kingdoms farther east. Some later Brahmanical texts even described northwestern customs as differing from those of the Gangetic heartland. Modern historians caution against interpreting these descriptions as objective facts. Instead, they reflect cultural differences between regions of ancient India. Far from being isolated, Madra represented one of the most outward-looking societies of its time. Royal marriages and diplomacy. In ancient India, diplomacy was often conducted through marriage. Few kingdoms illustrate this better than Madra. The royal family established alliances with several powerful dynasties across northern India. These marriages strengthened political relationships, encouraged trade, and reduced conflict. The most famous example appears in the Mahabharata. King Pandu, ruler of the Kuru kingdom, married Madri, the princess of Madra. Madri became one of Pandu's 2 queens alongside Kunti. Through this marriage, Madra became directly connected to the Kuru royal family. This alliance would later draw Madra into one of history's most famous wars. Princess Madri. Madri occupies an important place in the Mahabharata. She is remembered not only as a queen but also as the mother of two Pandava brothers, Nakula and Sahadeva. The twins became famous for their courage, wisdom, and mastery of warfare. Nakula, in particular, was celebrated for his skill with horses, a detail that perhaps reflects the long-standing association between Madra and horse breeding. Although the Mahabharata combines history, legend, and religious philosophy, historians generally agree that it preserves memories of political alliances among real kingdoms of northern India. Madri's marriage therefore likely reflects the importance of diplomatic relations between Madra and the Kurus state. King Shalya. No ruler of Madra is more famous than King Shalya. He stands among the central political figures of the Mahabharata. According to the epic, Shalya was the brother of Queen Madri. This made him the maternal uncle of Nakula and Sahadeva. Initially, Shalya intended to support the Pandavas. As he marched with his army toward their camp, however, he encountered extraordinary hospitality. Believing the lavish welcome had been arranged by the Pandavas, Shalya accepted it. Only afterward did he discover that the generosity had actually come from Duryodhana, leader of the Kauravas. Bound by the ancient code of honor, Shalya felt obliged to fight for Duryodhana. This episode illustrates one of the Mahabharata's central themes. Duty often conflicts with personal loyalty. Shalya found himself fighting against his own nephews, not because he wished to, but because he believed honor required him to fulfill his promise. Shalya in the Kurukshetra War. During the Great War, Shalya commanded one of the largest armies on the Kaurava side. The Mahabharata praises him as an exceptional warrior, skilled charioteer, and respected king. One of the most dramatic episodes occurs during the final stages of the war. After the death of Bhishma, Drona, and Karna, Shalya became commander-in-chief of the Kaurava army. Although he fought with great determination, the Kaurava forces were already collapsing. Eventually Shalya was killed by Yudhishthira, the eldest of the Pandavas. With his death, Madra lost one of its greatest rulers. Whether these events occurred exactly as described remains impossible to verify historically. However, scholars such as Ramala Thapar, Upinder Singh, and R.C. Majumdar argue that the Mahabharata preserves valuable traditions concerning the political geography of northern India. The repeated appearance of Madra, Gandhara, Kamboja, and other kingdoms strongly suggests that these states were well known to the composers of the epic. Madra's military reputation. Ancient literature consistently portrays Madra as a kingdom of capable warriors. Its cavalry enjoyed particular prestige. The northwestern plains provided ideal conditions for horse breeding. Compared with the dense forests farther east, Punjab offered open landscapes better suited for mounted warfare. Madra's soldiers likely fought with spears, long bows, swords, shields. Horse-drawn chariots. Although cavalry would become more important in later centuries, chariots still represented elite military technology during much of the epic tradition. Military strength allowed Madra to defend vital trade routes while maintaining influence among neighboring kingdoms. The prosperity of Madra extended beyond warfare. Craftsmen produced fine pottery. Metalworkers forged weapons and agricultural tools. Carpenters built houses, carts, and chariots. Weavers manufactured textiles traded throughout northern India. Religious ceremonies followed Vedic traditions. Fire sacrifices remained central to public life. Priests preserved sacred hymns through oral recitation. Festivals celebrated seasonal harvests, royal ceremonies, and religious observances. Music, poetry, storytelling, and oral traditions flourished within royal courts. Like many ancient societies, much of Madra's cultural life has disappeared without written records. Yet literary traditions provide glimpses of a sophisticated kingdom participating fully in the broader civilization of northern India. Madra in historical perspective. Separating history from epic tradition is not always easy. The Mahabharata reached its present form over many centuries. Its narratives combine historical memory with mythology and religious teaching. Modern historians therefore approach it cautiously. However, independent literary sources, including Buddhist texts, Panini's grammatical works, and Greek accounts of northwestern India, confirm that Madra existed as an important regional kingdom. The consistency with which multiple traditions refer to Madra strengthens confidence in its historical significance. Although the details of King Shalya's life cannot be verified archaeologically, the kingdom itself undoubtedly formed an important component of ancient Punjab's political landscape. The end of the Golden Age. No kingdom remains powerful forever. During the 6th and 5th centuries BCE, dramatic changes began reshaping northwestern India. To the west, the mighty Achaemenid Persian Empire expanded toward the Indus. International trade intensified. New imperial powers emerged. Soon afterward, another conqueror would arrive. A young Macedonian king named Alexander would cross the Hindu Kush and forever transform the political map of Punjab. Madra, like many ancient kingdoms, would gradually lose its independence. But its legacy would survive for centuries. The Golden Age of Madra was an era of prosperity, diplomacy, commerce, and cultural influence. Its capital, Sagala, became one of the great cities of ancient Punjab. Its royal family forged alliances that shaped the political world remembered in the Mahabharata. Its cavalry earned widespread respect. Its merchants linked India with Central Asia. And its people helped make Punjab one of the most dynamic regions of the ancient world. In the final part of our documentary, we will witness the arrival of the Persian Empire, explore the impact of Alexander the Great's invasion, examine Madra under the Mauryan Empire, and discover how this once powerful kingdom eventually disappeared from history while leaving an enduring legacy in the civilization of South Asia. While characters such as King Shalya and Princess Madri are known primarily through the Mahabharata, the existence of the Madra Kingdom itself is supported by multiple independent literary traditions and is widely accepted by historians. The epic narratives are best understood as preserving historical memories that are interwoven with literary and religious traditions.